find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
Too many have died here. I will intervene.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tyrael should meet me in Westmarch. Go.
It will be done. I swear it.
We're going to die! She's coming to kill us all!
I watched in horror as the guard was struck by the maiden's...
The gates.
Gates are bound by a spell I cannot break.
Though this Reaper wields a dangerous sword, its shield, with its rows of razor-sharp spikes, poses the greater. With a single thrust, it can open a man from waist to throat. That shield was not made for protection. It was made to cripple, maim, and kill. Malthael's fallen angels have brought death to Westmarch, raising an army of Reapers from the city's slain defenders. Once, these men and women were our protectors. Now, they are our executioners, scouring the city for every living soul and putting it to the sword.
Stop! Don't go out into the streets! It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
Are there other survivors?
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakharoon Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
We'll see.
Keep moving. I think we lost her. No, no!
Those with demon blood must die.
They were only townsfolk.
The shadow touched me, and darkness spread across my vision, until all I could see was blackness. I gave way to a pale light that sapped my strength. It seems easy. But instead, I drew upon the last of my will and fought back. Color flooded back into my sight. The shadow was right before me, and I drove my spear through it. The Revenant Shield Guards were once the personal guard of King Justinian IV, appointed to the position for bravery and skill at arms. They accompanied the king at all...
Defend the church! Repel me, vile Reaper!
I have trained well.
Ah, we found you.
I've never seen an attack like this. Why has Malthael unleashed his forces on Westmarch?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his Reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
I agree.
Church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me! May, this is worse than I feared.
What is it?
A death maiden! Stop her!
Your soul is denied.
Any other archer would have fled as I charged, but this one stood its ground, staring down the arrow's shaft through lifeless, empty eye sockets. Even as I swung my blade to take off its head, the thing loosed another shot. How can we fight an enemy that has no fear, nor thought for its own self-preservation?
They thought they would be safe in here, but they were trapped.
We must confront Malthael. Where is he?
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
There are no other clues?
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
Then you must remain here. I will do what I can for Westmarch.
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
What was that Death Maiden doing?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul Crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
This magic was not meant to be used so. I will not stand for it.
Why would the angels do this?
What are you saying? This is obviously a demon's work.
Get away!
Grave beckons.
Of the exorcists of Westmarch. Those spiritual warriors specialized in removing demonic possession. By custom, they arrive in darkness, clad in cloaks as black as the night they conjure. They work in secret, extracting the demons that dwell within their subjects. Now, Malthael has turned them, and they roam the city in their inhuman forms, stripping the souls from all their...
Some of my men are pinned down in the courtyard, fighting revenants. Please help me rescue them. Do you know why this is happening? It's madness!
It's a battle. Lead your men to the survivors' enclave at the cathedral.
Enters my grounds uninvited. Die, peasants!
Malthael's influence taints man and beast alike. Even the dogs of Westmarch, once tame and gentle, have been transformed into wild, savage creatures. They hunt in packs through the streets, tearing apart their
I must
prey
wait.
with ravenous hunger. I saw them rip a soldier limb from limb. When his scream stopped, they came for me.
Reapers did not kill them. Who did? More corpses. Death to the nobles! Just what are you doing?
Revolution! It's time for our oppressors to fall. The king is in the city, but we have a trap waiting for him.
Too many have already perished. Lay down your arms.
What? You're not with us? Then die with our enemies!
Lord Winton, we are thrilled that you have located a surviving regiment of soldiers. With this new force, we can turn the tide and save our city. Your disagreements with the Crown are well known, but we are glad you can put them aside in this dangerous time. Long live Westmarch!
You will make a fine corpse.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
That maiden is using the Crucible.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
Did you?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now. Malthael, he's watching you.
I did not find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans.
You should join the rest of the squad.
Nonsense.
The Seraph was on me before I knew it. The mass of its bloated flesh sounded as it breaking out the ground. When I finally noticed it, I could not move. It was as though I was trapped in a waking nightmare. I looked down and saw tendrils of energy wrapped around my feet, and realized it was not fear that held me, but the Seraph's magic.
I encountered the most troublesome bats in the caves outside Westmarch. My companions and I had sheltered there with the intent of organizing my many records, when the miserable creatures appeared and tore several of the scrolls to pieces. Truly, the world shall be a poorer place for this lost wisdom.
I see you have much guilt over Leah's fate.
How do you know that name?
I see the past as well as the future. You must not let it consume.
There is a threat to the balance here.
You shouldn't be so dour. You have much to be joyful about.
I do not revel in joy as others do.
I have learned that in terrible situations it is better to laugh than to cry. Perhaps when you have lost as much as I will understand. You are such the artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions. Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
What was that wretched noise?
That would be Urzael.
And?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
I have that effect sometimes. Tyrael should hear of this. I am returning to town.
Changing.
As though Malthael is manipulating the Soul Stone.
Exactly. He's been gathering strength from the souls of Westmarch in order to alter the stone. Yet his purpose still eludes me.
He's killing everyone. What more do you need to know?
How he plans to do it. Westmarch is only one battlefield in this war.
Urzael has done this to finish collecting the souls of Westmarch.
Where is he?
All I know is that he is in a tower somewhere in the Westmarch Heights, and that he will be quite rude to you. Before you set out to kill him, you should stop by my cart. I can enchant some items for you.
It is done. The bloodline of Rakis will once again sit on the throne of Westmarch.
You mean yourself?
My grandmother was the daughter of Coralon, but he would not claim her because she was born of a courtesan, not a queen. With the peasants supporting me, Westmarch will become a place of freedom and equality. The idle rich will be no more. Of course, there will be some bloodshed. We must make a few examples, consolidate our power, a small price to pay.
You would upset the balance for personal gain. I will not stand idly by.
I have spent my whole life preparing for this day, primitive even.
That is not possible.
I have come to realize that my personal feelings are of no consequence. My people are dying, and they need their king. Our resistance starts today, and Lord Winton, of all people, has provided the means. These Reapers shall not have Westmarch. I swear my life on it.
Many of the oldest noble houses in Westmarch kept massive hunting dogs on their grounds. Though docile enough in life, they have become terrors in the hands of the Reapers. Now these beasts lead the packs of smaller dogs as they chase down the citizens of Westmarch. I don't even want to record what they do to the corpses. After Malthael's disappearance, the Angiris Council appointed his most loyal servant, Urzael, to find and bring him back to the high heavens. Urzael, accompanied by the sect of maidens who were Malthael's closest followers, set out to find their absent master. They never returned.
My master has begun his work on the stone. Nothing that you do matters. Soon the demon spawn like you will be gone forever. The demon spawn shall perish in flames.
Angel. I need to go back.
Death comes.
Urzael is dead, and only a few Reapers remain.
You have saved Westmarch, my friend.
Not yet. We still don't know where Malthael is hiding.
That strange woman you brought here believes she can help. She insisted on speaking with you immediately.
Cheldo, I know how to find Malthael, but you will not like what I have to tell you.
Fine.
There is only one person who knows how to find Malthael. She waits for you in the Blood Marsh, and you know her well. Adria.
You were right. I do not like that.
You're not going anywhere without me.
What?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
You are the first to question my restraint, Laura. Dead angels now rest with the human corpses on the roads of Westmarch. But more will die unless we know where Malthael is hiding. I cannot imagine how Adria came by this knowledge, but somewhere in the Blood Marsh, our answers await.
We hid the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part of the Nephilim ruins near here. I thought it would be safe, but Malthael found it all the same.
I consider myself an expert on all matters concerning boggits. The boggit itself is a small, odd creature given to foraging and burrowing. Under normal circumstances, it fears humans, but it can be incited to great violence when under the influence of magical objects. Rings in particular seem to excite them.
This is the entrance to the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
What a surprise.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins. What was that?
Something is coming.
This was just one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the Blood Marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most, but will reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
The cursed Boggan is a ferocious, hulking beast with an exceedingly bad temper. Aided by packs of boggits, it will fight anything.
She cannot be far.
Remember to get the information you need before you...
I know.
My new assistant was the noisiest creature in the world. But that was before I discovered the shrieking terror. This bat-like monstrosity produces the most ear-splitting racket imaginable, and furthermore managed to make my assistant scream even louder. I think my headache will last for weeks now.
Guide stones, but nothing happens when I approach it.
I will try.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city, each one etched with a sigil. Only the correct one marks the true entrance to the tomb, however. When you activate these stones, one of the wrong sigils disappears.
Then all we need to do is eliminate 2 of the remaining sigils.
Snares are surprisingly effective, though I have no idea how they learned to fashion them. Most of the Boggan's feeble...
Help me out, will ya? Any help, stranger? precisely with ease.
This is not the way to Corvus.
Quite an adventure. I first observed the courtyard after the lights go. Help me find the correct passage. Marks the correct passage. Here it is. Right passage.
Wondered how much Adria relied on Diablo power instead of her own, based on her blood lines, her magic strong. These flesh gorges are raised from earth, stone, and demon, and they are driven to feast on humans so they may resemble us more closely. Hopefully they'll succeed.
Spirits I have seen on Sanctuary. They bear a resemblance to lesser demons, but the souls of demons are always reborn in the hills. I suspect the Phantasms may be the remnants of some early Nephilim, those born more demon than angel.
We only followed the path that led directly to the tomb.
This world can abide you no longer!
Going to kill her. Their bodies were formed from the water and earth of the marsh itself, while the venom of the marsh creatures gave them life. Their very skin seems to burst with the poison.
You, fine corpse!
Seeping through these very stones.
Waited for this knowledge.
Let's see where you've been hiding, Malthael.
Adria!
The angels will never suffer us to live. They cannot accept the fact that we may choose our own path. At least demons are not so rigid in their beliefs. Diablo will return. I have done what I can to ensure it. He always finds a way. In your heart of hearts, you know this.
Adria had conjured an image of pandemonium before I interrupted her.
She was searching for Malthael, so he must be there.
I need to go back.
Death comes for you.
Malthael seems to be in pandemonium.
No doubt he has gone to the fortress. Malthael can hold out there until the end of time. He is forcing us to come to him.
And what does that entail?
The only way to Pandemonium is through the high heavens. Let us leave at once. What is this?
Destroy the gate! The Nephilim is here!
Dares to attack us? Malthael is my brother. I fought 1,000 battles by his side, and I care not that he seeks to destroy you and your kind. But my brother has grown sick, and he must be put down for his own sake. Yet I have not the heart to do this. And so it falls to you. Come, Nephilim, to Pandemonium.
Malthael thinks he can delay the inevitable, but he underestimates my persistence. I will cross the ancient battleground of the angels and demons, and journey on to the gates of the Pandemonium Fortress. This angel has disrupted the balance between life and death, and it falls to me to rebuke him.
There is a siege camp not far from here. Meet me there, and I will show you what must be done.
Ravagers were among the most fearsome soldiers of Earth. Having grown accustomed to the taste of war, they remained in Pandemonium long after the last siege of the fortress ended. Now,
must I do everything for you?
Pandemonium is a vast, chaotic land, and many demons remain scattered throughout it. In particular, the war-scarred Marauders were unwilling to return to the Hells, and they have taken to pillaging the remaining angelic outposts in the battlefields. They may not be the most powerful of their kind, but they are clever and insidious, and no strangers to war.
Patience is not one of my virtues, Nephilim. Is a siege room. Bring it with you. Do you see the battering ram below? That is the only way you can breach the fortress gates. But it is useless without the siege rooms that power it. You have one in your possession, but there are 2 more. You will find them on the battlefield below, imprisoned along with the demons that carried them. Once you have the rooms, go to the ram. But know this, Nephilim. Even if you release Malthael from his madness, I will not thank you for it.
Indeed.
Pandemonium is a harsh realm, and its inhabitants must be resourceful to survive. But none more so than the scavengers, who armor themselves in the very rocks beneath their feet. They may appear as mighty giants to their foes, but a few hard strikes will reveal that their true form is much smaller. All of the hazards of Pandemonium lie above ground. The tunnelers roam just beneath the surface, breaking through to snatch prey in their enormous jaws. And my heroic friends ask why I wish to stay inside the fortress.
Embraces you. This world can abide you no longer. Can abide you no longer. The grave beckons.
Found many references to the beasts of Pandemonium in Kane's old writing. He journeyed there 20 years ago to help a band of heroes seal away the primeval, and his discoveries appear to have shaken the people. Sometimes he would stare outside the fortress walls, and winged beasts would appear, calling his name.
World can abide you no longer.
Outskirts of Pandemonium, a lumbering giant with a gaping hollow at its core. Somehow, it can hide its body away, disguising itself as a mere orc. Those who pass through it are trapped in a distant world, never to be seen again.
Your death nears!
That is not possible.
The night embraces you.
I must wait.
Serve the cycle.
That needs to recharge.
The night embraces you. Do not fear the end. Weakness consumes you. Grave beckons. From the land.
I bear grave news, my friend. The Sliver has revealed Malthael's plan to me, and it is worse than I could have imagined. He means to use the Black Soul Stone to capture all demonic essences, even those that linger in human hearts. If the stone is altered to rip the demonic essence out of every man...
Quickly then, we must begin the attack.
Malthael is fundamentally altering the Black Soul Stone. It will now pull in all the demonic essence from whatever plane of existence it finds itself in. But mankind is born of angel and demon alike. Every mortal, save myself, has demonic essence as an intrinsic part of their being. Losing that will rip their body and soul apart.
Tyrael has told me that the winged assassins were once the sages of wisdom. In return for their vow of eternal silence, they were free to roam Malthael's pools of wisdom in the high heavens. Over the millennia, they learned nearly...
Destroy those hooks! We can't move until they're gone!
Malthael, my sword passed through him like air. He is in a state of death and life, impervious to physical harm. Your magic is not enough. To defeat him, you must channel the power of death, as he does.
No priest of Rathma has ever fully achieved that. How is it possible?
The power of the dead. If you could become one with it, you would be as Malthael is, and you could face him. But you must find a way, quickly. Every moment, thousands die, and Malthael's power grows beyond anything I have ever seen.
I must wait.
At last, I have found you.
Master, why are you here? I must wait.
We are reunited at our most dire hour. Many of our priests have fallen.
Even you, Master.
It is as it should be. I have come to aid you in defeating Malthael. You must wield a power beyond what you have ever dreamed possible. But first, you need to free us from our prison deeper in the fortress.
I swear it will be done.
Nephilim. The Black Soul Stone journeys through the portal to Sanctuary. Even now it spreads death across your world. And so ends the eternal conflict.
Criminals in Westmarch, drawn up from the deepest, darkest cells of the city's prisons. Each was worse than the last, carved ruthless murderers who have butchered countless men, women, and children. In death, Malthael birthed them in forms that matched their twisted human souls, creating perfect instruments of slaughter. The executioners have earned their name. Gone were their radiant wings and calm, balanced counsel. Now they possess only malice and greed, and the insatiable desire to destroy all living things.
We're very close now. Death hangs heavy in the air.
As though I'm on the edge between life and death, and both will bend at my command.
You are closer to the cycle than any of us have ever been. Use this power to bring us peace.
You have given me a great gift, Master.
I give you a challenge. Do not fail.
Himself! Now go retrieve that stone. We will help as we can.
Jump!
wisdom in the chalice, but there was none. The sounds called to me, and I knew them. Human souls.
Where is the Black Soulstone?
Malthael consumed it, and took Diablo's soul.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free. The Nephilim had done the impossible. By conquering death, he had redeemed the angels and saved all mankind. In that moment, with victory at hand, I saw the Nephilim in a new light. He is a hero who can defeat the champions of heaven and hell, and a necromancer who protects the innocent. But within him beats a mortal heart that will one day be tempted to corruption. On that day, will he have the strength to resist, or will he be